Hello all. In this video, we're gonna discuss internal rate of return, which is called IRR. In last video, we discussed NPV, which is net present value. So what we are doing, we are discussing different methods of analysis of project cash flows when we are working in the company environment. When we are at the executive level or manager level, we have to rate different projects. We have to choose between different projects, which project is good, which project where our company should take, invest in, and move forward with, because there's a lot of money involved in the project, and choosing the right project is very important. So although NPV is the best method which is used in the industry, but IRR is the top rated method or top used method because of its easiness to use it, and also to easy to understand. So most of the, because if you talk to somebody and say okay, this project is returning like this amount percentage of return, so it's easy to understand. But if you say the NPV of this project is this much, this amount of dollars, it's hard to know what those dollars are and how those dollars gonna fit into our calculation and what do we interpret with. So let's start with IRR. IRR is internal rate of return. So which this is basically the return which an investment earns on its own. When we are deciding whether to accept a project, we need to compare IRR with the project's WACC. WACC is basically weighted average cost of capital, which is the minimal required rate of return, which project should earn. If IRR is greater than WACC or required rate of return, we should accept the project. If IRR is less than WACC, then we should reject the project. So here, in most cases, whenever you calculate the NPV to be greater than 0, IRR will also be greater than the required rate of return. So, but in some cases, it can be different outcome. Although IRR has different shortcomings, you cannot rank a project by using a IRR. You cannot, when some projects return you multiple IRRs, and there's a lack of additivity, you cannot add the IRR. In NPV, you can calculate if you have 500K investment power and you have 4 projects or 10 projects in hand, and if you want to shortlist few projects which you want to do for next quarter or for next year, so basically what you can do how much capital investment that project requires and how much that's going to return. So you can calculate that by adding all the NPVs, and that can give you how much that project is returning to you. But in IRR, you cannot add those up. If some project is returning 15%, other is returning 16%, you cannot add and say okay, I'm having 2 projects, one is returning 15, another is returning 16%, and I'm going to add them up to total of 31%. No, that's not how it works. So okay, let's get back to our Excel on which we were working when we calculated the NPV, and we start calculating IRR. So I was go straight ahead and calculate it. So go in the any cell where you want to put in the IRR, go in the functions tab, look for IRR, hit go. That will list it out, hit OK. So here basically it's much simpler to calculate than NPV. Here what we are doing now, we have different cash flows for this project. So let's go over the project once so that you know what I'm calculating. So in this project, we have different costs provided and different information provided for the projects. And we go ahead and do the pro forma analysis of this project by calculating the net income. And then we calculated depreciation book value of the project in year 6 and SV0. And then we calculated the cash flows. So once we have cash flows out there for next 6 years, we can calculate the NPV and IRR. So here again, go back here, go in here, we selected IRR, hit OK, values. So what we do, we basically select all the values starting from years 06 to year 6, starting from year 0 to year 6. So hit OK, and we have a IRR of 9.65%. Here WACC is 12.54% and IRR is 9.65%. 65, which is less than, so if I type in here 54%, so basically reject the project. So project is not beneficial. So if I can type right, so reject the project. So basically what we did in here we saw our IRR is less than the WACC, which is 12.54%. So basically I should color it red, but color doesn't matter over here. Right here. Okay. And also, if you see the NPV is negative. So both the method of analysis of project are giving us the same indication that project is not profitable for the firm. So we should not go ahead and select this project. We should drop the project and we should move forward with some other project. Thanks a lot for watching. My next videos will go through some other methods of analysis of project, and then I'm going to create few more videos for capital rationing, which is very interesting topic. And when you are in the management position, you'll find this very helpful. Thanks a lot and have a good day.